Alrighty, hello, and welcome back. It has been a hot minute. And I do apologize, I did not want it to take this long to come back. It has been like 3 days off? Hope everyone's had a good time, hope everyone's been well. I am in absolute agony. As per normal. Hey Devil, how's it going? I do have something cool to start today with though. If you give me a moment, I need to cut open a box. Hey, but yeah, hey you Banky, hey you Devil. Hope it was, yeah, I did see that Devil. That was really funny. Alright. I'm not gonna hurt myself with this knife, I swear to God. I do not need more injuries today. You're actually possibly going to see a bit of dried blood on my hands. It's fine. But yeah, we're doing hand cam. Hand cam. Let me turn it on before I advertise it too much. Where is the fucking camera? Wait, where is it? There. And then do that, and then activate it, and then it'll be over there still. Let's drag this bitch to be a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna flip it. Which way do I want to flip it? I want to flip it that way. Yeah. Can you see the blood on my hands? You can see a little bit of it. And, this finger. You can see a bit of the dry blood. It's fine. It's not a problem. There we go. Small amount. Yeah. It's all cleaned up for the most part now. Okay, now I need to get past all the fucking other packaging and get rid of that, because that is my dress on it. Ugh, the funny femboy hands. I have gigantic fucking monstrous claws, and I would prefer to just not have that too heavily shown. Those sons of bitches. Oh, I'm actually really upset by that. Okay, I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna show you what I just got upset by. Right? So this is what we got. This is the fucking thing that I talked about, the scene box that I'm super excited for. Final Fantasy 1 scene box. Let's flip it horizontally so you can read it. There we go. Right? Do you know why I'm upset? This bit here. That's the fucking tape that they use to put the document on it. The sons of bitches, they've actually done damage to this. I'm actually really upset. Yeah, it's because there's also the tape gone there. That's really fucking... I'm actually genuinely a little upset by that. So, This box doesn't have too much to showcase, that's why it's just gonna be a nice quick thing. I'm not too forever dismayed by the box being fucked up, because at the end of the day, the box is a box. And we're more here for the rest of the shite. But I'm kind of upset by that. So, we have a scene thing here. Which I'm never going to use this side of it. But we can use this side of it. This is the full art piece. Alright? Now, why is this cool as shit? It's because this isn't... Because this side indicates that there is 6 slots, in a sense, right? This is part of the box. This is the other shite. It's just stuff to pop out. So we do get a couple of packs to open. So we do get a little pack opening energy. But we have these. So, this one doesn't really matter. These are just art cards of the exact same cards in here. So, I'm not going to really open the other one for now. This one is getting open because these are what I'm mainly here for. You ready to see the fucking sickness? So, I showed you this is the full art, right? Do you know how that full art is made? It's made by all of these cards put together. We have Garland, the Royal Kidnapper. We have the Destined Warrior. We have the Destined White Mage. We have the Chaos Shrine's Black Crystal. We have the Destined Thief. And then we have the Destined Black Mage. That may not be very easy for you guys to see, but that is exactly the same as these put together. But these are all playable cards in Commander. And they're all foily too. They are bent a little bit, but that's expected from fucking foil. Right? But yeah, these are all mechanically unique cards. So here we have Garland, the Royal Kidnapper, which, by the way, this is such a cool card idea. So this has it as he's Demir and 2 mana for a 3/4 human knight legendary creature. When he enters, target opponent becomes the monarch. And then when an opponent becomes the monarch, gain control of target creature that player controls for as long as they are the monarch. Then, creatures you control but don't own have +2/+2 and cannot be sacrificed. So, that's a lot of shit that I just had to say there. The shorthand is, Monarch is an effect that's normally positive to have. At minimum, when you move to your end step, you draw a card. You draw an extra card every turn, as long as you're the Monarch. To lose the Monarch, you either need someone to play an effect that forces Monarch on someone, or you deal combat damage to the player that is the current Monarch to become the Monarch. This is about giving people the Monarch, not having the Monarch myself, and stealing their shit. Which is really fun. The one card that really goes with him in this is the Chaos Shrine's Black Crystal, which is a really cool card as well. Black and 3 mana for a legendary artifact. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, exile it. and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a creature card exiled with this onto the battlefield under my control with a finality counter on it. So the quick handy explanation for this one that's needed is that it is creatures I control. Doesn't have to be creatures I own, which is where Garland comes in. So if I steal a creature and it dies, it gets exiled by this. And then I get to bring it back for free with a finality counter. And finality counters are basically, when this dies, it gets exiled permanently instead. So, though, that is a really nasty thing to do, because it's, oh, I see your really good thing there. I'm going to take it. Cool, I'm going to get it killed. Cool, it's gonna now come back, and I'm going to swing it at you, and now it's gone forever. Nice job. Then we've got the Destined Warriors, the main warriors and stuff like that, which is fucking awesome. I am super excited about these. What just happened? I noticed something. What just happened? Do I need to go look over at something? God damn it. But these are the cards that I really wanted the most. This is the Warrior, the White Mage, the Thief, and the Black Mage from the base game. And this is Final Fantasy 1. This is truly the bread and butter comp. Honestly, I could only complain that I wish they had the Red Mage here. I love this so damn much. I cannot express how much I love this, because this game was my childhood. And to be able to build a deck around specifically that, and using a mechanic that's like normally considered absolutely one of the worst mechanics in Magic, but make it good. It is surely bread and butter of all time. It's so good. I'm so happy with this, because it gets to use, it gets to use a bunch of cards that are normally considered absolutely garbage, which is like party cards. Because it's all about the party, which is having a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. Which, in case you were wondering, warrior, cleric, rogue, wizard. This is my party. Now, I have to say, again, they actually look fucking gorgeous. Like, look at that. So, this is a deck that is beyond me wanting to make. This is probably going to be one of my treasured decks that I put a lot of time and effort into. So if you're wondering, again, these are the same cards, but they're just the full art of them. So I can do the same thing. So let's quickly crack some packs. Now, I'm going to first quickly look at my fucking emails, because I just saw something. Fan service stream? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck did I see in my emails? Ahem. Why do I see Kofi stuff? God damn it. Nuh-uh. Yeah-uh. Alright, I need to log into Kofi to see who's getting in trouble. No. Yeah. I think I can use my Google for this. I don't remember if I latched it to my Google or not. I want to be lazy so I don't have to type it out, because that's kind of a bit sketch to do in front of y'all. You can kind of see part of my keyboard, and I don't really want to type out a password when you can see part of it. God damn it, Banky. Thank you very much. Ironically enough, that covers the cost of this exact Magic the Gathering thing that I bought. So I could buy more no, I gotta buy PC Pass first. How about we open the 3 boosters really quickly, and then we can actually get to game programming, the intention of this stream. Oh god. I haven't opened a Final Fantasy pack in a hot minute. Yo! It's the Aerith Rescue Mission! You know why this card's really funny? It's because they got the fucking flavor right. You got 2 choices. You remember the choice in Final Fantasy VII? We could either take an elevator or take 59 flights of fucking stairs. Light of Judgment, Sephiroth's Intervention, Giant Toad, Token Sanctum, Monk Fist, Magic Pot, Ring of Lucy, Shanto, Ultras, Garland! Tala, Commune with Beavers, Floyal, and then a mountain and a hero food token. I mean, to be fair, I took the stairs without realizing that there was like another route. So, you know. Right. Carol, Call of the Mount, Chocobo, Commune Beavers, none of the interesting stuff yet. Ash, which is from Final Fantasy 12. Sandworm, Demon Wolf. Yo, it's a. Oh shit. I was about to say, yo, it's a Sid. So, do y'all remember our favorite character for Final Fantasy VI? Hey, everybody! It's Kefka! And not only Kefka, but fucking Kefka! See if it actually, come on, focus on it. I believe in you, buddy. There you go. That... To get back to the fucking Mushroom Kingdom. Toad's a little bit more like... Ah! Hey! It's... I'm not gonna lie, that card's, I think, actually worth a little bit. Should probably be a bit careful with it. Especially knowing that there's, like, sauce on my desk. You expected Sephiroth, but it was me. Yeah, no, this is a special art of him. Because it's got the number behind him and everything like that. That's really funny. I might use that as my Kefka for the Kefka Commander deck. Mainly because people are going to possibly be a little bit more willing for me to have this side over is because he's hot as shit. He really shouldn't be. He's a fucking asshole. But also, that's nice. Also, foil diamond weapon. Also, fucking... Are they... Okay. I know you guys won't know the answer to this, but fun little fact. So this is just an art card, right? But it's got a golden, like, signature thing on it. These were worth quite a bit at one point. I don't think they are now, but they were actually worth money. Don't ask fucking why, but they were. I think they actually got up to like $10 or something like that. It's weird. Yo, it's Chocomog! Item Shopkeeper, Malboro, Wooden Asshole, Bard's Bow, Rook Turret, Sagan, fucking goddamn Laboratory Maniac. I actually have so many of this exact card because I keep buying it because it's cheap as shit. Circled Power, Ignis, Torgal, Side Quest, Card Collection! Ah, yes. We can collect, oh god. We can collect cards and then we can get a magicked card. It's a magicked card. That's literally what it's called. Yeah, no, it's, when it enters, draw 3 cards, discard 2. At the beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform it. And you get a thing. Genova. That's about as close as we're gonna get into Sephiroth, I think. But that's still a problem of a card. If you don't know about this one's the true villain of Final Fantasy VII, and they are Golgari 2 for a 1/5. They're a legendary alien, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of 1/1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to one other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Then, whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. This is very fucking strong. There's just no other way to explain it other than that's very strong card. Though I've seen commander decks with it as the commander, not as great, but god, it could probably go into the 99 a lot of decks. Red Mage's Rapier. Hell yeah. I was talking about it earlier. There you go. It's the Red Mage's Rapier. Me like the Red Mage. Thing, and then another R card. That's actually not a bad haul, all things considered. Especially knowing I forgot that I get booster packs with this. The Sit caught me off guard, but so did the fucking Kefka. But just because this will be the only time I probably ever have this done, just to show how fucking sick this is, theoretically, I could just do this. So I think it's like this. This is the idea. This could be stood up like this, as you can have the cards actually as the display of that. That's really fucking cool. I'm gonna take the R cards out later and I'm gonna put this up in my room. Like, I love this so much. I cannot stress to you enough how much this is, like, this may be the best thing to come out of the Final Fantasy set for me. And the fact that I didn't have to, like, pull for them or anything like that, really happy. I love these cards so much. They are, like, the cards to me. The ones that I'm the most happy and excited for. And they were announced after the set. But that's really cool. I will have to organize my magic cards later with that stuff around. I will put those there for now, in the drawer. Go in the drawer. Alright. Now to the boring actual work that we need to do. While I am in absolute agony and my voice is dying. But yeah, I thought that'd be a fun little start to the day. Those turned up at 8 PM last night, by the way. I'm not fucking kidding. The motherfucker dropped it off at 8 PM. Like, I kind of... There's a part of me that's like, I partly feel bad. I partly feel bad for the guy that has to drop it off at 8 PM. But also, are you serious? No, I didn't want to activate Siri for I'm not kidding. I somehow activated her on my phone. What the fuck? Alright. Give me a second, I want to look something up. Pain. Alright. I will have to orientate myself when it comes to the programming. What am I looking for again? I'm looking for this. Fucking, the fact that I got a goddamn Kefka as well. A laboratory maniac and a Kefka. That's... I almost feel bad, I'll be honest. Yeah, no, that Kefka is worth a little. Not much. Still like 20 bucks a card for that card alone. Which is nice. I mean, it is a blinged out as fuck deck. I might as well. Do you guys want to see how blinged out that deck is? I don't think I've shown this recently. Right. But it may or may not be a little blinged out. By the way, this here is the deck that I've shown it before, but this is the one that uses the those cards that I just pulled out. Specifically for the party one. So, with Destined Warrior as the commander. I can run all those cards in the same deck, technically. But yeah, this is the deck. It is a very dumb deck, and I just want it known, like, most of the cost of this deck is just this one card that I own alone. Going in there. No, we want to look at the Kefka deck, because I want to show how fucking dumb that deck has become. Do you like how fucking blinged out it is? Just let's not look too closely at this. This money price up there. But this is a blinged out deck with a bunch of really dumb fucking things in it. I do want to take out the Matoya. I can't remember what for. I know what it is, but I can't remember right this moment. But yeah, no, I added like a fucking ancient tomb and a blood crypt and a fabled passage, because yeah, why not? And a gemstone cavern. Pay it back, I promise. Reflecting pool, nice easy one that I added. A watery grave. It's funny that it comes to a nice clean number, by the way. That's the part that tickles me the most of it. It's also considered a highly salty deck, which I would agree with that sentiment. What was the card I was replacing Matoya with? There's a card, and I know the card. Why can't I remember the card? Because I was also tempted to replace Garland in here as well. I could put the other no, I'm not going to put the other Garland in this deck. I want to keep the Garland deck itself. But yeah, no, this is a very strong deck now. It even has 2 game changers in it that are pretty... Okay, no, Tigrid's not relaxed. I was about to say, technically you could argue Ancient Tomb also isn't all that relaxed. It is a fucking nutty card. To those that may not understand how strong this is, one of the most played cards in the format is called Soul Ring. It is 1 mana, tap it for 2 colorless. It accelerates the game a lot. Cool, what if I can play a land that does that? I could theoretically, turn 1, play this land, tap it. I don't care about the damage because I'm already at 40 health currently. Play an Arcane Signet. Cool, next turn, I can tap this, get a Talisman down. Tap both of those, also have another land come down. Tap both of those and put down another Talisman. Cool, I have now, on turn 2, access to, theoretically, about 6 mana on my next turn. Potentially able to cast my commander and do other things in addition. On turn 3. Again, there's an argument to be made. I could probably do it earlier than that, even with stuff like Dark Ritual. But that's the point, is that this deck could theoretically blow out of proportion really quickly. Fuck, I could even technically have a land on the battlefield before the game has even started with Gemstone, because this is a really balanced effect. If you're wondering, I'm not kidding. This is Gemstone Cavern's effect, is that if the conditions are right, you can have this on the battlefield to tap for any color of mana you want before anyone takes their first turn in the game. Before anything happens, this goes onto the battlefield. Does this technically mean you can play things before the game has begun? There is actually technically a way you can. I'm not being serious, that is the case. You can technically play things before you're supposed to. Imagine that. It's a very, very strong card. I'm actually surprised this isn't on the game changer list at this point. Anyway. I mean, if you want really stupidly costed decks, I think the Tulane one's worse. No, the Tulane one isn't worse. The Kefka one is bad. Damn. Well, that Kefka one's also going to go up in price now because I'm going to trade out the normal Kefka with the slightly better art Kefka. Because, of course, I have to. Alright, give me a second. I'm also just gonna, like, try and... Yep. Pain. Much pain. Oh, my foot's swollen, that's why. Oh, alright. Oh, my computer is having a moment. Could you stop? It heard me wanting to replace it and it got an antsy again. Oh, alright. What is... Actually, that's a good point. What is tomorrow's... I haven't even started with today, and fucking I'm already looking at what tomorrow is gonna be. Profile. Creative tomorrow. Okay. Oh, fuck, I need to... Yeah, I need to start prepping for tomorrow's thing, don't I? Alright. Love you too, Banky. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Sorry. Ah, ha, ha. Oh, dude, apparently Netflix wanted to buy Disney, and good lord. I'm glad they've not done that. Also, I saw that apparently Baby No Money is not going to be doing any more music. I'm not sure if it's a shitpost or not. Knowing them, it could be both. Oh, fuck. You want to say a word about the Streamer Awards? I probably should, shouldn't I? Again, as a learning point, I think there's a lot to talk on there, but I want to, like, not go too far on it because I don't feel like I'm informed enough on certain events. The shorthand of my perspective on it, and I'm going to stick to saying it that way, was that I think a lot of things were handled incredibly poorly. And I think it goes to show that while we talk poorly about celebrities in, like, TV and movies, and how they're egotistical as fuck, at least they don't wear it on their fucking sleeve. But there's also, like, so many mistakes happen. I could just reference the HoloLive meme where, fun fact, that guy's actually a Kiwi. That, image they use, he's a streamer, completely unrelated. But he was a streamer during, like, COVID that would do wood carvings. Traditional, Maori wood carvings, and wouldn't accept money or donations. Do you, if you like, know exactly what his relation to HoloLive is, you're doing better than any of the rest of us, including HoloLive. None of us fucking know. That was very clearly an evidence of, like, it just was a poorly managed event. No, he's actually a really sweet guy, by the way. I've not met him personally, but what I've seen of him, he's a really genuinely sweet guy. And I'm like, I'm not... Even he made a meme, I think he tweeted literally, I am the HoloLive, or some shit. Yeah, he's great. But no, like, okay. So what I will say very briefly is I think that I have no... So again, surprisingly enough, there's a specific category that I'm sure everyone wants me to talk on. Yeah, like, a lot of them were saying the Yagu looks different today, sort of shit. I think, the little Pebble, she was saying something along the same lines as well. No, but there's a specific category I'm sure I probably need to comment on. And I'm probably going to say something that goes against the grain on this one a little bit. I have nothing wrong with the person that, I have nothing wrong with who won the VTuber award, right? I personally don't like their content, but that's because I'm also someone that tends to stick away from that sort of content in general. Not to say that the content is bad, I can't make that comment because I am inherently biased against it. But I do know that they have a massive following and are a very popular individual, and they have done a lot of cool things. A lot of things, I should say. And I see no reason why they shouldn't have won it. I will agree with some people's statements where it's like, I'm not quite happy that someone that says slurs won. Because there's almost a sense of representation from that argument. But, past that point, I have no problem. I have genuinely no complaints. I do think the one category that I did see getting a lot of talk as well was the up-and-coming streamer one, and I do think that that one was a great example of how, like, favoritism looks in streaming. I do think that one looked really bad, genuinely, and I don't like how people reacted to it either. Is a VTuber and has good content and is a good content creator with a large audience, but I think that a person who says that they are not a VTuber and generally dislike VTuber communities was a poor nomination for the category. Again, I think the fact that they themselves, and I agree with this, they themselves have said I'm not a VTuber is definitely an element of it. I think there's an argument to be made that in a moral argument they should have excluded themselves from the category. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I agree, he won it fair and square. And obviously I had my preference on who should win. But I believe that within the category, the fact that he was a nominee, that they won it earnedly. Like, they had earned that win. I don't think that's up for debate, truly. And I do see some people making some very interesting arguments to the positivity of his win and, like, how, like, on the larger long-term plan, and I'm like, yeah, it's fair. But I do think, I think the only real valid complaint is the fact that he was in a category he's actively said he shouldn't be in before, and I don't know who we should hold some accountability for on that argument of whether or not, like, hey, was it, like, the administrative side of, the awards that didn't look further into this, or did he agree to it and had the chance to disagree, and what? Like, I don't, and it's one of those ones where it's like, at that point in time, it's only speculation you can throw at it, so it's not worth doing. I disagree with a lot of the criticism people threw at him and others who congratulated him for the win. Yeah. I think, again, my only agreement of criticism is that I don't, like, again, this is the thing, I personally don't like his content. I don't see validity in the criticism of a lot of things. I just don't agree with his content, right? I disagree with all the criticism of people who shit-took VTubers for sending him cringy. Yeah, no, there was that as well. Even fucking Mouse got flack for it. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with people? Right? Like, why is the internet so keen on just hating instead of just moving on? And like, the worst part is the hate's so condensed and they will move on. There will be something that will be a fad for like a week. And then we'll have moved on. But like, it's gonna be a week of like really bad negative shit. And there will still be trickles from time to time, and it's just disappointing. Again, this is why I don't like sticking my head in the negative side of the drama. That's why I say, like, I just personally don't agree with his content. I don't know if he's a good or bad content creator. I know he's extremely popular and fairly successful, and with those being the case, I would assume his content's good for those that are interested in it, right? Yeah, no, exactly, Devil. I think that's what we're all like, what the agreement is that it's like him saying he's not part of that sphere himself, and the fact that he's in there was the problem, I think, not anything beyond that point. That's why I say, like, I don't know who, again, that's where it comes to that argument of I don't know where fault may lie in that situation, whether it's with the organizers, whether it's with like the panels, whether it's with the individual not like rejecting the application, these sorts of things, and it's all speculation. Until proven otherwise, I'm not gonna bother trying to speculate. I just threw out 3 of the possible hundreds of options it could be. The fact is, he was in the category, and he earned the victory within the category. There's nothing to complain about there. But yeah, no, that's why I say, like, irregardless of that situation, there was so many mishandlings on like the organization side that it upset me. There was some really unnecessary and really bad mistakes. God, I remember that Badger video. That actually did hurt my brain quite a bit. thought that would be so funny. Why this game's gotta be long? Because Bethesda wants to milk as much of your time as they possibly can and hide as many of the bugs between the seams as they can. Wow, I felt like I was a bit mean to, mean there, in some regards. To be fair, what was the last game Bethesda did? New Vegas? Oh, okay, well that's a different argument. What was the last game that, Bethesda did? They did something, like, somewhat recent-ish. Starfield? Fuck, was it? That was like a year ago or something, right? Was that seriously the last one they did? Bethesda Game Studios. Fucking it was! Yeah, it was 2 years ago. And then there was Fallout 76 in 2018, Fallout 4 in 2015, and then technically Skyrim was 2011, but like how many re-releases that's had, it doesn't count. Fuck me! That's actually kind of wild. They've not, like, reared their head in years. I'll accept not being mean to Bethesda only after they start making games in an engine that is younger than my D&D experience. Yeah. Now they're working on, the old people Scroll 6, yeah. No, they've been working on 6 for a while, and I know it's still a couple years out, right? Got its newest update surprisingly recently, and people now love it. Oh yeah, I did hear that it's had a lot of positive updates. Again, this is one of those ones where, like, 76 had one of the fucking most abysmal launches of any Bethesda title. Just, it was fucking foul, and I think we can all agree to that. But after a lot of work, it did start to become a playable game. I'm probably still not going to come in to play it. It still doesn't really tickle my fancy. Personally. I do kind of want to play Fallout 4. But I do, again, it's one of those things that I know I'll probably have fun with Fallout 4. But I also know that I need to be probably kind of mean to the chat with, I'll need to strictly put a thing of, let's not just talk about the bad things of Fallout 4 in chat. Because that is a game that so many people have so many negative opinions of that it has tainted the game for too many people. And the best like review I've ever heard of that game is much, much better when you don't have someone doomsaying in your ear. Bethesda's strategy is to release a barely usable framework and then slowly duct tape it to a usable state. Yeah. There is a DLC to make the game actually complete and good, and then still have the add-on whatever subscription. Oh, Jesus. Fallout is Skyrim of guns, yeah. Like Fallout 4, it will be the best casual Fallout experience until they make another one, hopefully better. Yeah. No, like, that's the thing, right? Is like, don't get me wrong, I know New Vegas is probably the still, like, better one in most people's eyes. Not in Bethesda's. But that's also because they didn't do it. But I do think 4 is probably the best one for me to play because there's elements in it that I like, even though they're elements people doomsay the fucking ends of. Again, it's a game that you can mod very lightly and it becomes a really, really tight game. A really nice one. Like, just a couple of quality of life tweaks. It's the same with Skyrim in that argument. Like, have you guys played base Skyrim in a while? It's pretty fucked. Well, yeah, no, Vegas is the one that I know everyone fucking loves. For its better combat and other gameplay features, as well as, the feel of power armor, it just has a bit more limited dialogue and roleplay. Yeah. I always like Fallout 2. Yeah, I know I'm probably never gonna touch 1 or 2, but that's just because, like, they're 1, decanonized, and 2, really not my shtick. Especially if I want to play the Fallout franchise, I feel like it goes too far against the other Fallouts that I would play. And I just don't know. When you give me a game like Fallout, right? Again, in the nicest sense, my understanding of Fallout 4 is that it is very much just a pretty similar version of Elder Scrolls, but just much more modern-esque infantry instead of as much like magic, right? So, with that being the case, that game's going to be long as shit to play. I don't want to play through multiple games that are that long. I'm already going to have a nightmare with how Final Fantasy is going to be, right? Because I still need to get back to that fucking grind. Then when the PC upgrades, I still need to go back to Yakuza. Because I stopped at Like a Dragon because the PC was fucking miserable, couldn't load the map anymore. I played Vanilla Skyrim because of co-op mod. Surprisingly neat to finally immerse myself in there when I turned it into friends a lot. But yeah, without that core, really wouldn't touch it again. Yeah, no, like that's the thing, is in the nicest way, the UI alone, like the UI and hotkeys and stuff like that in Skyrim is ugh. Also trying to make you play Pathfinder, yes, at some point. I mean, I own one of them, right? It was King Maker or something like that. I'm gonna be honest, once the year's up and we're into next year, I'm probably gonna be able to like stabilize things a lot more. And start getting back into like playing through a game again. I haven't been able to do that in a while, and it has bugged me quite a bit. You bought Kingmaker between streams. Yeah, it was either I bought it between streams or I already had it. It was, I think I bought it between streams because it was on like a fucking really good discount. I mean, I could always just start playing Counter-Strike. Just randomly. Out of nowhere. Yeah, it was on discount when I was providing it to you. Yeah, so that'll probably be it. To be fair, I do want to try Mega Bonk still. But that's a lot lower on my priority list. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to look at something quickly. My phone's gonna have to be used for a moment. I'd more gladly buy you a Steam key for Fallout 4 Game of the Year than buy 76 on sale when I look at what the full experience requires. Yeah, I kind of agree with that in the nicest sense. Right? Here we go. Right. And it's mildly upsetting to think on that, right? When you, like, sit there and go, you compare a game like that to its, similarities. I mean, I feel like people that enjoy stuff like Rust are more willing to, like, give 76 a go as well, right? Because I feel like it was... Correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like it took the Fallout franchise in that direction a bit more. And I'm not much of a fan of that gameplay loop, personally. Again, if I play multiplayer games, I tend to either like them more cooperatively orientated, where it's like there's either predefined teams or you are just working towards a goal together. Right? Not as much like free-for-all-esque content anymore. I've kind of gotten a bit too tired and old for that sort of adrenaline spike, and I don't really enjoy it as much. To me, it was we took Fallout 4 and made it online. But that's why I say, like, it feels more like Rust because of that, right? Like, it's the building aspect, the, like, technically either cooperative or antagonistic aspects as well that are offered with those games. Which that tends to put me off because, like, while I know it doesn't happen all the time, the room for, like, someone just wanting to ruin your experience is very doable. Compared to two-player short adventures or survival open world or board shooters. Oh, look. I talked about this a lot, both on stream. No, I don't think I've actually talked about it as much on stream, but I've talked about it a handful of times. I talk about it a lot with a lot of my friends. That I define it as, I really like friend slop when I have the time to play it with, like, the right kind of group of people. The rest of the time, those games, I will let them pass me by, right? But, like, if I can get a good group of friends to have fun with, like, the RVD game is fucking amazing. I have so much fun with, Yawa, Bug, and Bib. I had to try and remember off the top of my head. Like, I have so much fun with those three playing it. Like, it's such a great experience having such awesome people, to, like, play that sort of thing with and stream it, right? Like, I think it actually works out really well for all of us. It's really weird how co-op tends to be one of those things And amidst all of that, it really does feel fresh to play a courier game, a co-op, yeah. No, I think Friendslop's really fun. I just don't like asset flip ones too much. But that's because I tend to, like... Okay. I'm gonna put a disclaimer statement before I go further with what I was about to say. I don't truly fully mean some of the things I'm going to say. I'm going to probably say them harsher than I truly mean them, but also understand that I do have part of this perspective as what informs it for me. I do not like asset flip mentality with game developers because I do find it typically really lazy, and typically when they're asset flipping, I feel like they don't actually give a shit about making the game. They just care about making something that's similar to the thing that made money. And because of that, they tend to be, on average, very low iterative process, and they just tend to be the fucking same game, except worse quality, because the person didn't give a fuck about programming it properly, and created a terrible experience because of it. Now, going back to that disclaimer, I know I'm very negative on these things, and it is because I've primarily, in asset flip scenarios, seen this to be the case. However, technically speaking, Phasmophobia was an asset flip game. It's not all the time that this happens. I am definitely generalizing, and I am trying to ensure that I make that clear. Because I know people can misconstrue words. Right, like Friendslopes, because of how those games are so clearly set up to be fun with more players, but so empty when you're alone, which Peak especially pisses me off with. Yeah, no, again, those games are literally unplayable without a group of people. In my personal eyes, you could beat Peak on your own, sure, but it is such a miserable experience by comparison that you may as well consider it unplayable. I love these games because of that, like, group fun environment. Would I play any of these games on my own? Fuck no. Not in a God-given chance. Would I play it in a group with people I know and can trust and can have fun with? Yeah, fuck yeah, I would. Again, that's what I mean by like the RV streams are so much fun. Friends issue on my part. Yeah, look, I stand by, and I mean this with the most love and care. If the statement is harsh, I apologize. It's not targeted at you, Banky. It's more targeted at the person that used the term friendslop and like got that as the original name for this kind of thing. Because originally it was supposed to be a negative term, right? Like the guy was trying to be hyper negative about this kind of thing. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. If you don't like these games, if you don't like, you're really anti them, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. It's because you don't have friends, or you don't have friends you can enjoy these games with. That's on you, buddy. That's not on the game. That's on you. I'm sorry, not every game's available to you, especially if you're a friendless bitch. Now, again, not targeted at anyone here. Targeted more at the person that originally complained. That was always my thought. And I apologize if that came off mean to anyone. Genuinely. My friends told me that if I make them buy a game, we're only gonna play one time and never touch again, and then they'll run me over with a car. Yeah. That's the thing, right? Is that I think that's the problem with Friendslop sometimes. That's why, again, RV Year, that is such a great one, because we've done 2 streams of it, and we still need to do our 3rd one, and hopefully final, potentially. To, like, go through the game. And I think that's a good, solid, like... My statement is, if you're, like, okay, I will say this now. When I was more economically stable, and when everyone I knew was either economically stable, or we could just buy games to them and it wasn't a problem, and games like, not quite these came out, but the idea of this sort of thing happened, we would, like, buy a game every other week, and we would play it for that weekend, or the 2 weekends, and we'd just love that, and that was great. And I do agree that's great. Shouldn't this part be clipped and taken out of context, please? No. It's gonna end up on fucking, like, streamer highlight fails of the week or whatever shit. I'm gonna be real, I just think it's a great name for a genre, hence why I call it that. Same way I just pay mind to when people call Souls games Souls-likes. It's just a fun name. Oh, look, Friendslop has become the term for the genre, and I love that it was initially intended as an insult, and it's just become what everyone goes, yeah, it is Friendslop, and it's fucking fun. How dare you try and talk down to it? I love that. I fucking love that. I really do. I mean, also, everyone calls every game a fucking Souls-like as a joke at this point, right? It's like, this is the Dark Souls of gambling. It's also great to take something that was meant to be an insult and make it mean something far more than the guy wanted. Well, I mean, technically speaking, you do realize, this is a wild thing, most genre names are exactly that, right? Like, one of the most famous genre types that gets thrown around nowadays is either a variation on either roguelike or roguelite, right? These get thrown around a lot. Do you guys know that that's based off a fucking game called Rogue? Yeah. No, that genre wasn't like someone being interesting or you don't... No, it's just these games are like this original game. Except they're really fucking not at this point. Because I think the only thing that game did was procedurally generate the levels. So they're different each time. And I think the equipment and... like, the equipment was different each time. And that was about it. So that's why, like, it's been fucking butchered its original meaning so much over that we're like, nah, we just call it that. Souls-like was also intended as an insult originally. Yeah, no, exactly. Souls-like was actually originally an insult. I can't remember who started that. There was, like, a group of people that tried to get that as a thing, and just, yeah, and it just stuck, and we all fucking use it. That it was a dungeon crawler, which a lot of games since did since then. Days of roguelike. Yeah, well, it's because there's a reason why, technically speaking, and again, this is me being like slightly semantic. We can move past it really quickly. There is a reason why there's roguelike and roguelite, L-I-T-E, right? Roguelite is very much more adjacent and less using some of the stricter things, which is where stuff like Vampire Survivors is more in that category. It's more of a light than a like. But also, that's another thing. Technically, we've got multiple names for the Vampire Survivors games. They have been called Survivor games, but that didn't really stick too well. Bullet Heaven was probably the one that I think stuck the most. True, but how many people even use roguelite nowadays, unless they're boomers like me or you? I think the most that use that is, and this is where I will point out, this is something that, like, gives it a bit of it gets used when in more official context. So when you're in, like, actual game development in a studio, you would use roguelite. It's vampire-like. I've never heard it called vampire-like. Ironically enough, that's one of the ones I've never heard it called, all things considered. I've called it Vampire Survivors-like. Survivor-like sounds good, but it doesn't work, right? Because there's technically already a Survivor genre. Which is more orientated towards, like, typically survival. Well, to be fair, yeah, I guess most of that normally just gets encapsulated by survival. But, like, I know there is a Survivor genre type. But again, that's why I think Bullet Heaven was the normal one that most people use, outside of just straight up referring to Vampire Survivors. I know I tend to just call some of the games Vampire Survivors like, because I know that that's more universally understood. Which makes it a much easier thing to kind of like, oh, you guys know that one, right? Yeah. Even if you haven't played it, you've probably seen something about it, at the very least, so you know of the game. You might know some of the elements of the game, so on and so forth. There we go. God, my brain is struggling at this point. I apologize. I am very tired. I have been dealing with a lot at the moment. I'm not gonna go on stream a lot of it, but I will talk about how I've had terrible sleep because it is getting into summer here, and the humidity has been nasty all week. It's been like easily in the the mid to late 20s degrees Celsius, which is a lot for New Zealanders. We tend to die when it hits like 27 and up. I suffer more from the humidity than anything. I mean, right now it's 13 degrees Celsius, which makes it not too bad, but it's still kind of humid. To the extent that, like, nighttime is over 20 degrees. Like, genuinely, last night was fucking awful while I was out. So, the fact that I had to try and sleep during the day yesterday, so I got bugger all sleep because it was too damn hot and too damn humid. Then I didn't get any sleep last night, and I am running on fumes. Yeah, nah, that's fucking, oof. I hate warm weather too. Again, it's that thing of like, it's not it weirds people out when I say this, but like, if I can regulate the amount of fluid in my body, so if I can keep a stream of drinking and stuff like that, I tend to be fine. Preferably, obviously, cold water is this really jarring moment, because it really helps re-stabilize my temperature, which I did try and do a fair bit last night while I was out, to the dismay of some nurses. But, yeah. Nah, this is one of the many reasons why I would love to move out of New Zealand. New Zealand is a natively quite humid country. And we do have one of the larger ozone layer holes in the world right above us. It's cold here, I had to fix my heaters. See, like, I much prefer it cold purely because I have the mentality that I grew up with where it's like, I love being able to just put blankets over me. Blankets and layers and more and more. Eventually you overheat, but like you can regulate that a bit easier. I overheat easily, and then with humidity, I'm sweating like a fucking nobody's business. It's awful. Besides Japan, have you ever considered moving abroad? Yeah. Japan's definitely my preferable option. I still stand by that. Like, if I am, hand on heart, if I'm given a good opportunity to move to Japan, I will. That is, like, absolutely something I would love to do. Because just, we've talked about before, like, the culture and stuff like that. Absolutely gorgeous to me. I love the idea of it. I have considered other places though. There was actually a very big period of time where I considered moving to Germany for some, I can't even fully remember. I was very young when I was wanting to do that. We're talking like, Malith might have been like 10 or 12 years old at the time, thinking about moving to Germany. I don't have any family or anything like that there. Literally, it would have just been me, but fucking some reason I wanted to move to Germany. Is there anywhere else I would move? I don't know, it kind of also depends on, like, friend groups and stuff like that. There was a portion of time, there's a couple of times I've considered moving to Europe, different parts of Europe. But I think, at the end of the day, the most likely places I would move to, would probably be still within New Zealand, Japan, or Australia. I don't want to move to Australia, but like, the economy is just stronger there. And if I wanted to actually like just get a job with all of the qualifications I have and experience, I would actually probably be able to get hired if I lived over in Australia. That's as simple as it gets. Let's see. I'd move to Australia if it wasn't the polar opposite of the world, yeah. No, I think that's part of also why I'd like to move to Japan as well, right? And this is a wild thing that you guys might not, like, comprehend quite as easily, to an extent, and I apologize if it's seeming like I'm doubting people for this, but, like, Japan is one of our closest neighbors. It is a 12 to 14 hour flight. I still kind of want to be close to New Zealand. As close as I can reasonably be with a setting that I'm happy with. Now, again, I'm talking, yeah, it's a flight, right? Now, I don't want to make that flight regularly, unless I'm making fucking obscene amount of money, and then I'll make it every few months, I guess. But, like, I'm also pretty much never gonna get that kind of money, unless I do something very naughty. But no, I think that's one of the other charms, like, Japan and Australia have to me, is the idea of being able to come back to New Zealand, not feeling like a hyper impossible task. I asked you about Japan flights once, and they did call me off guard. Yeah, it's because it's weird. Like, if I asked you what's, like, your nearer neighbors that you could fly to, most of you would answer that its flight would be, like, somewhere in the half an hour to an hour category, right? Like, reasonably speaking, that's what probably most of y'all would say. The idea that, like, our closest neighbor is Australia, like, with a large-scale, thing, and that's already, like, I think 2 hours. And then, yeah, Japan's fucking yonks off. It's about, I think it's a little less than the distance between most of Europe and Japan. The difference is that it's a lot bit more direct. I do know if I ever come to Europe, which I do still kind of want to go for, like, 1 or 2 events, but if I ever do go to Europe itself, I am 100% laying over in somewhere like Hong Kong and going to see if I can, like, lay over for a day or so I can just experience a little bit of Hong Kong. Because at one point in time I was planning a trip, and that is what happened. Like, it would have been I think an 18-hour layover in Hong Kong, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Events, Oktoberfest, and, fuck, what's its name again? It's a games one. It's Gamescom? It's in Stockholm, I think, right? No. The reason, I think it's Gamescom, but I might be wrong. But the reason I was super interested in it is because there is, like, a day or two before the actual, like, general purpose for Gamescom, where it's like developers talking with developers. Like, hey, look at our nerdy engine shit that we made. But, like, it's a day or two. It's just that. And I'm like, that sounds fucking awesome. I'd love to do that. Yeah, Gamescom. Okay, I am remembering correctly. Does weapon inherently have a pause architecture? No, it doesn't. Oh, I can use that. Yeah, no, Gamescom's probably the main one I'd want to go to. I've never actually been a huge fan of Comic-Con, right? Weirdly enough, right? I've never been super upset by the idea of it. Like, upset by missing it. We have Armageddon here in New Zealand, and that seems kind of cool. I don't know if I'd go to Comic-Con in Japan more than like once or twice. That would be highly dependent on how I go to it. Because if I went as like a creative, then I'd probably go somewhat frequently. If I go as a just a customer, probably once, maybe twice. Game speed multiplier. I don't know, is there any like international events you guys are like would like to go to? Or have gone to and would like to go to again? Given the given the opportunity. I'm now curious. Like, surely you guys have got a few, right? I don't really go to events like that. I only went to on one time, and I do think I'd do it again. Okay. I mean, I think the US have a couple of events that definitely catch my interest, but not really, not alive enough. Fair. I feel that. Oh, fuck. Speaking of, Jesus Christ. I'm very sleepy. Oh, my exhaustion is catching up with me. I don't want today to be a short stream. Don't make me make it a short stream, but I'm feeling like shite. Oh, and that also is a problem. Aha! Ha ha ha! Yes, that's fucking painful. All while one of the more depressing fucking Halo musics is playing. No! I don't know that Halo Wars, right? That's gotta be Halo Wars. Yeah, Spirit of Fire. I fucking remember that one well. Get some rest if you feel like it. I want to do a little bit more work, but yeah, I think today might probably end up being on the shorter side. Just because I am feeling garbage. Like, I cannot stress enough how bad I am actually not. I'm not doing well. What is the code for dealing damage again? It's been so long that I've I've done it in so many different ways. I haven't actually written it for a while. That's all the pickup stuff. How do you deal damage again? This is a Halo 3 one, right? Is this Halo 3 or Halo CE? Halo 2 Anniversary. I knew it was either 3 or one of the fucking remakes. Off dot. Summon. Damage equals... Just call it 2 for now, because it's going to be a fuckload of damage. It's going to have to be way lower. I mean, I shouldn't be running this, Oh, this can run here. This can't be running here. It needs to be a cooldown, that's applied. What is value 1? 5 seconds. Okay, so this is instead going to be every 0.2 seconds. And the difference is also okay, funk, args, red, true. Do I need to specify if you're infinite if I have you as true? And -10 is just re-add, yeah. Okay. We're about to lag the shit out of this game in a minute. I need to remember to add one thing before we go too far with this. Or 2 things, sorry, I need to add. So, I want it to kill itself once it deals its damage. And then, after the pause event, if it pauses, we also need to check if instance exists target, or if not, I should say. If it doesn't exist, then we need to just destroy the instance as well. Okay. We don't have a particle for this, so that's another thing I need to add really quickly. Equals SP pixel, and then is it X? No. Image X scale equals fucking, we give it to like 5. And then Y scale. So this is gonna look a little funky, but it should work. Let's see this break the game. Shall we? Hey Flash, how's it going? I want to see if this works. I kind of want to just get this working. This is the main thing I want to just get working today. If I can get this, like, somewhat working, I'm really happy. Because this is a really, really complex thing. Does not contain enough box. I mean, the pixels are box. Let's see if it crashes. So it should spawn the dude. That's where we get our first check. It's fine. Okay, it is creating the projectiles. They're just not going... They're not moving? I guess their speed isn't being set. Does not contain enough fox. To be fair, I still haven't added a fox character to the game itself. I do need to fix that. Who was the nearest on the list to get done? Of foxes. So don't think we had one currently in the list, right? No. Whoever he was. Yeah. She's on the docket to be done at some point. I really do need to, start kicking it with some assets, I think. Maybe adding the speed inherently should fix it. Don't kick foxes. You know... yeah. No, I won't kick foxes, don't worry, Yawa. I'll just make sure to throw you off with a bungee cable. Oh, God. Oh, what was the clip today that I saw of yours for it? That did make me chuckle something fierce. Was, I can't even remember that moment. The thing just died. Okay, it's shooting. It's not dealing the damage, though. And the projectiles are just kind of going into outer space. Yeah, we have another clip out of context, except I'm not sure the context makes it any better. True. I feel like when I'm very tired is the best time to get out of context clips. Because I just, my filter starts vanishing. And I keep trying to say smart-sounding words, but I keep misusing them. And then I'm just, blurting out dumb stuff. What you're seeing is a lot more what, Malith used to be when he was younger. And now Malith has started talking in the third person. This is a concern. Malith is not sure what he is supposed to do now. How does Malith stop talking in the third person? Filter kicks in with a delay, yeah. I mean, I feel like I've also spoken a lot of, touch and go things today. How can be young when called old man? A legendary thing happened, Yawa. Once, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Malith the Old Man was known as Malith the Young Man. He had yet to become Malith the Old Man. And then everyone kept calling him an old man And so he became one. The giant melon does not concern himself with socially acceptable behaviors. Oh, I need to use that in the future. If I'm ever tired in a, like, social setting, I'm gonna use that. I don't trust this. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely would want a source check on that one. Sir, I'm gonna need you to back that up with a source. The source is I made it the fuck up. Maxor, you have truly, like, created a point that we can never escape. Wait, is the... No, target should be the object, no? Yeah, target should be an object. Why is it? Okay. I'm also gonna, like, double the speed. Da-da-da-da! Yeah, it only starts working after 900 Minecraft runs. Oh, yeah, what did they do recently? They stress test a server with her on her, right? I feel like I saw that in passing. Didn't they, like, open up a server and have Neuro interact with, like, the fact that there was a lot of people on the server? Or was I wrong on that one? Hardcore Minecraft until they finished it? Damn. Took 4 days. Oh, Lord. She kept killing herself, Mike. To be fair, I did see her, like, I got to finally sit down and watch a little bit more of her 3D debut that they did with her on the stage. That was interesting. That was actually really, really interesting because, hearing, like, some of the tech stuff that went into that was just cool to me. But that's also because I'm a massive, massive nerd. Right. Okay, this is weird. It's targeting and it's firing, but it's not retaining the target correctly? Oh my... Did she not escape the stage? Yeah, she glitched out the stage at one point. Just excuse me for a moment while I bash my head in, because I just realized how stupid I was about something. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Hey, Nvidia, hope you're having a fun day. You came in at the exact point in time where I'm, like, absolutely upset with myself. Like, that's the funniest part of that, is you have just come in exactly when I'm just like, I am the actual worst. Welcome to programming, by the way. You just actually saw the exact thing of how programming looks is like, it induces a bipolar-esque personality where you go from like, I am more than godlike to why was I born? Right? Like, that's the definition of how programming works. If it helps, I'm upset at you too. That's fair. I'm glad we've got something going on in common. Okay, are you gonna work how I want you to now? Because I've actually put you in. Yes, you are. Okay, that is one of the bugs that I was hoping to compensate for. How did I not compensate for that one? That was... where was that breaking at? 1431? 1431, this one. Oh, I see what's the problem. Okay, I need to make this an else clause. Otherwise, I think it won't work the way I want it to. There we go. Bipolar, that's me. Is that a shiny version of a polar bear? Yeah, it's a polar bear's evolution. That's just... that, every time I think of that, I think of the meme. And specifically the one that they did with Legend of Korra. Where it's her her and her polar bear dog poking through the curtain at that stall. And it's like, are you here to buy? Are you here... was it, are you here to buy, or are you here just to be, are you just curious? It's, well, I'm a little bi-curious. Anyway. Can't tell what anything is. He's like, oh, I see the problem, gotta admire you. Programming is this weird fucking voodoo magic. Where, like, you're an asshole. You try and make it work while summoning, like, horrific monstrosities. What if I do this? You don't need to say it, no. Again, welcome to the bipolar nature of programming, where I'm just like yelling at myself, obscenities, being super cruel, not necessarily meaning it, but being like, how am I dumb so this is not working? And then something will work, and then it's like, I'm just an idiot. It's the magic of programming. It was real funny, because I think I talked about this briefly. A friend of mine is going through a course that's related to programming at the moment. Yeah, that worked it. Oh, that's actually really cool looking though when it's working. And it's not even working correctly, but that looks really cool. What do you guys think? It's a bit sketch in some ways, but you know. Man, this is literally just Vito watching Neuro getting their ass just fucking beaten. And like occasionally spawning a drone. Those drones are gonna have to be like... I know what I want to do to the drones. I'm gonna increase their rate of fire, but I'm probably gonna pull their damage down. And I'm gonna probably have it so it starts with spawning 2 instead of just 1. Because that's the thing, is you're gonna spawn more than one drone. Right? But yeah, no, but just there you actually saw exactly me going like, yeah, it's working. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, I'm so good at this. Yeah. I don't know, it looks cool, but I just wish it was programmed correctly. I mean, it's like any good program, it's held together with, like, gum, duct tape, and hopes and prayers. I love that about programming, by the way. It's something that even back when, right? Like, all the way through, it's always been the case. I loved that it's like, there is an eventual point when you're dealing with, like, such a messy, system that you just have to try and get it to kind of work. You don't have to understand how it works. You just need to get it to work and then don't touch it. It's like the most day-to-day version of this I can... You know when you go to the cupboard, right? And like, you put something in and you close it really quickly and you hear something fall. The door's closed. The mission has been accomplished. The items are in the cupboard and the door is closed. Now, is it going to stay that way when you open the cupboard next time? That's for when the cupboard gets open next time to be dealt with. And you cannot convince me that's not actually how programming works. So my dad hates it. He knows engineering, but he's never understood how computers work. It requires a little bit of a special, like, twinge of the brain, I feel. In my experience with it. Moment by moment, I love it. Yeah, no, it genuinely is. Like, when it starts getting to a specific, like, a point in time, like, you're not here to solve all the problems, you're here to solve your problem, right? Which, again, people wonder why, like, games over time get super buggy and, like, things fall apart. Mechanical versus digital, which I could understand it too. There is a big difference between the two sometimes, though. Like, I will admit, there, as someone that has worked with both hardware and software quite a bit, both have very clear, distinct differences. Hardware is a lot more clean cut, and, like, you are dealing with this. Games can get buggy over time. Me looking at a AAA game, but this was already buggy to begin with. Yeah, anyone that's played like League of Legends or Hearthstone or any of those like long-standing games that have lasted like 10 years or more, you'll immediately know that it's like, oh yeah, no, spaghetti code. Because just you can't spend the time to go back through all of the hodgepodge to get things to work all the time. It takes a long time to do. That's what I'm saying. I thought you found the bugs right away. And well, in most games now, to be fair, what was the meme? There was a meme I posted over in the Discord that I loved it because it was a little too true. I'll see if I can find it really quickly. There it is. I saw this, and this is just so accurate in so many ways. Right? I love this so much. This is such a programmer meme too. But this is what like most games feel like. But no, I love that one so much. Yeah, we have a whole team of testers. They're called users. Just push it to prod is such a wild thing. I sent that to some of my old co-workers. Hell yeah. It's so good. Again, it's one of those memes that you just can't help. Like, I feel like non-programmers enjoy it and can love it, and then programmers are just like, damn right, Dad is it. That is what, yes. Oh, God. It's so good. It's so good. Fuck. Ugh. Okay. So what did I say? I was gonna speed up the fire rate, but potentially nerf the damage. But increase the base amount. The amount should be 2. Wait, what? Am I daft? Am I missing something? Are they spawning exactly on top of each other? There's no way. Wait. Said pull the damage on you. Stop yawning, you're making me yawn. Oh, dude, that was last night. Like, while I was at the hospital, the amount of times, like, I would accidentally yawn to the side, and one of the doctors just like, you do that again, I'ma slap you. I don't even be reminded what time it is. Shit, what do you think of QA? No, this is so right. Yeah. Yeah, no, they were just on top of each other. Oh, okay. I mean, that's easily dealt with then. Yeah. Now it's fine. I give it a little bit more variance, it'll be fine. Oh, that's so cute, though. The little swarms. Swarm drones going out, shooting stuff. I like that. Yeah, also damage down was a good call. I think duration needs to be longer, which that's fine. That was kind of also a partial to expect. Duration needs to be a little bit longer. Cooldown. Okay. Let's try it like this. Let's go to 10 seconds of the duration, and then we'll go to 12 seconds of the cooldown. We have a mount of 2. This isn't getting transferred through. I'll sort that out later. It can be transferred through. Oh, I'm too tired. That makes that way too funny to me. Oh, I'd giggle at that normally, but like I'm more than chuckling at that. Oh. You need a yawn and Yuki emote. That would be actually really good. To be fair, one of these days I should remember to do emotes myself. I love how also, can I just stress, the funniest part about all this programming to me is that we've been doing like these very subtle little tweaks and changes and testing and all that. Meanwhile, Halo music going ham. So I just need to do the changes to stop them jittering around too much. And that's all I really think I need to do. Also, one of the other changes I know I need to do is make it so Vidal can pick up experience. But that's something that I know how to do. It's just a pain in the ass. Oh, that's a consequence of something I didn't think about. The shield gets deleted and then reapplied, so leveling up the item, which gives her the shield that she has, resets it from the ground up. Ooh. I might have to write a replacement code architecture. I do really like this though. It's just the fact that I'm just here not playing the game technically and letting Neuro play. There's a charm to it all. Now watch the game lag something fierce. Okay, now she should be able to keep her, hold her own a lot better. Oh, I really like the drones though. I think it's on, like, brand and it looks clean for her. I do need to make them have a much, like, more potent Y positioning and stuff like that, but that's easy. That's just stuff in the step event about the depth and all that, right? Where I just do something along the lines of, that. I could probably raise them a little bit, so it's minus Y minus something, right? But that'll do for now. Make Nero pick up Vidal once in a while and have you have to wiggle to escape. Oh, it's actually really funny. How hard would that be to do? I could... how hard would that be to do? Where is Nero's pathing logic? You know, I think I could do that. It's, where's neurologic, but it's all over the place. Yeah, that's the best part, it actually is. Again, there's a reason why I think everyone enjoys this. This is one of my favorite comments in all of, like, my code here. It's literally, this comment is accurate to what the logic is here in this exact moment. This is a good comment. But it's, check if health is low and if Neuro is smart enough to notice. It's so mean, but it's so true. Because it is what's happening, it is her doing a checkpoint of whether or not she is actually able to pay attention to that value. I could make it as part of her smart pathing, she'll try and path closer to Vidal, and occasionally she might try and grab him. I mean, there's a lot of things I want to do as well. I do kind of want to soft lock Vidal's movement, so Vidal can't go too far away from Neuro, but Neuro tries to target areas closer to Vidal. Was the original idea for that. So I could modify that a couple of ways and add that in there. Where she might grab you and you have to fight to get free. I mean, it's also funny because of what her ult's gonna be, right? I'm pretty sure I've talked about what her ult is gonna be. I feel like I talked about it, because I know it's not actually the one that's written in the Google Doc. I know it's the one written in my notes. I don't even remember where in my notes. But yeah, no, like, it's because one of the earliest questions I was asked is how am I gonna, like, deal with evil, right? Is evil gonna be, like, a skin, or what? And I felt like it had to be part of her kit. So what if, and this is the case, right? I need to go have fun, good stream. Catch you later, Hyper. Have a good one. The idea was that Neuro's ult is that she summons evil. And she clones a bunch of her stuff. And also hits people with, I'm blanking on the weapon name off the top of my head. There's some, I think it's like a spear or a pike or something like that, right? 4 or 5 times, if not more. Well, it's because the problem is it's not in the Google Doc, so it's really hard to remember if I've explained it or not. I know we talk about it all the fucking time for it, though. But, like, yeah, no, it is something that is, not, like, directly written down. But yeah, no, evil is supposed to be the ult. It is supposed to get summoned. Originally, that wasn't the case, though. I think that's what one of the conversation was us coming up with that idea of, like, evil being summoned for her ult instead. Which would have been, like, it would be fun. I think it's the right thing to do. I think originally it was that she changed into evil, but I didn't like the connotations of that. Because it was supposed to just be a combat steroid, if I recall correctly. To be fair, Neuro used to be, like, a bunch of... I think her original concept was a bunch of buffs when not moving. And it was you as the player did control Neuro. Which I don't think, melded to the idea of her as well as this does, by comparison. Again, it's one of those things of, this was substantially more ambitious, but it's so much more her speed. Alright, with that last yawn being actually pretty intense, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. I'm also feeling a little peckish, so I should probably eat something before I pass out. So, with the epicness of the Halo 3 Warthog Run music going, I'm gonna call it here for today. So, I apologize that today was on the slightly shorter side. We've gone through this song and dance a number of times. I do genuinely apologize, and I wish I could do better, and I try my best, but there are limitations. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope the computer lags again next time. God damn it. Are you... game? Not game. VTube? Studio? Hello? You recognize... Hi! Do you see me now? There we go. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye!